Hi, welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm your host, Steven, and I'm back with
Gio.
Back in the theaters. This one, we're going to see The Ballad of the Songbird and Snake. It's a
Hunger
Game prequel. So this is basically the story of President Snow before he becomes the tyrant of Panem. This is his upbringing, and this is basically how he starts to keep his lineage by becoming a mentor to one of the players in these Hunger Games in order to get the prize, the dowry, in order to keep his lifestyle and keep the family name going. So he comes into contact with this girl called Lucy Gray, and he kind of helps her survive the Hunger Games, and we see how his life starts to unfold prior to him being that crazy President Snow that we know from the Hunger Games trilogy. All in all, I think I only watched one of the original Hunger Games, so I'm going to have to say it was a decent prequel. I enjoyed the performances from Viola Davis, who plays Dr. Gao. She's, again, usual fantastic actress, love her and everything she does. There's also Peter Dinklage, I think his name is, from Game of Thrones, but he kind of plays the same character as Game of Thrones, an alcoholic little, smartass. So there wasn't a stretch there for him. So I kind of think it's like the Hunger Games gone wrong in an alternate universe.
Or future worlds, and he's still in the round table kind of sense.
Yeah, exactly. So the round table. So okay.
I didn't know that.
I thought it's a decent entry. I didn't go for there was kind of like a love story happening between Snow and Lucy Gray that I didn't really fully buy into. It didn't really work for me, so that kind of makes the rest of the story fall through. But it kind of shows that because he can do anything despicable, my English language is not working right now, my hooked on phonics has failed, you kind of see, because of that burnt love, how he becomes this fanatical president or tyrant that we see in Panem in the future installments of this series. All in all, a decent, I think, installment. Would I pay full price? No. I'd probably wait for cheapy night for this, but also because I haven't seen all the prior films, so I'm a little at a loss. I know they were referencing stuff of the other films. I just wasn't sure what they were referencing. But it's well made. It looks nice. It's still kind of a little too long and falls flat with the love story. And that's my take on it.
Okay, so for myself, for the Hunger Game, Rotten Tomatoes 60%, and people viewing is 88%, and I'm with the Rotten Tomato. Okay, it is a prequel. Thank God that there's no intention, if there's no story, if they're planning to do part 2 of this movie, continuation, whatever. But normally a prequel, it's a lot of dialogue, because you have to get to know the personality, the characters, this. So I understand why it's long, but it's very long. Okay, and it's to me like special night because I watch all the Hunger Games before, and those times, and would I watch it again? Oh no. Was I watch it? No. Special night, no problem. And he's right. This shows about Mr. Snow, how he becomes what he is, and you start seeing in the beginning, like there was this big war and he's a little kid, and he has to go through the city trying to find food, seeing what human beings are able to do of hunger and everything. And you kind of root for him because he looks like a nice, innocent person, and he's a nice person and everything. And here's the part: her cousin goes to you look like your father, but you don't have the eyes like your father. And she goes, that's when she hugs him and loves him, right? Well, later on, she goes, he's going to ask her, how do I look? And he goes, exactly like your father, but she's very disappointed, which means coming cold-hearted. That means at the end, you see how he's going to turn out. He's turning out like the one we see in the Hunger Game there. So that's what I like about it. And you see how he progressed into it. Because don't forget, as he was talking about the love story, because they're from two different worlds. Because she's in the slave/peasant world, and he's from royalty. They're not supposed to mix. So it's kind of like, like young teenager, they want to break the bond. They get all the things the parents didn't want to do. They'll try to
fruit.
Yeah, that's it. Don't eat the cookie that you're not supposed to eat, whatever. That's what this whole story is. There's always that friction and everything. But the whole point is there's a lot of things that fall that makes him come bad. When he starts killing people, the thing is, he starts liking it. It doesn't bother him as much. His ambition got the most out of him. which was me. That's when he becomes like the father. That's how he becomes the future in the Hunger Game with what's her name, Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
That's how he becomes what he becomes, because his love of ambition and power is more than anything else. Because don't forget, his family fortune lost everything. He was living on pennies, let's say. He was living on scrap. Lunchtime, he would take the food and put it inside it to eat later on, or give to his niece or like a cousin or his grandmother. So he was kind of living a life that he was embarrassed because he's supposed to be Snow. And at the end, he starts killing, and the last one, the last killing he does, you see, he got classy. He's very debonair in killing people and this and that. So overall, it is a good book. Ola Davis, look, she's okay, but I'm getting fed up with these villains. They all go psychopath. They all are psychopath. From Fast and the Furious to from the 2 Marvel movies, the High Evolution and Kang. They all and you see going crazy. She performs well, but I'm getting fed up of that. Just because you're smart scientist doesn't mean you have to be psychopathics. You know, you could be a classy act. You know. So overall, and Rachel Zegler, her voice is amazing, and which already she plays Lucy Gray there. Overall, look, I'm into the Rotten Tomato. I'm into the 60, 65 maximum, but it's still worth go see a cheapo night. Visual is very good, but it's long. It's a lot of dialogue. You have to see the process going, you know. And to me, like if they make part 2, you're gonna see the reason they already explained everything about the war and this and the revolution and this and that. The city gets the countryside and everything. Part 2 will be more action, will be more visual, more whatever. But this one here, you have to suffer. That's the point of it, and it's longer too, right?
Yeah.
So you have to suffer. But cheapo night. That's it. I agree with Steven. Cheapo night, and that's it. Enough said.
All right, so that's Gio, Steven. Hit that like button, subscribe so you get notified for every time we do these amazing videos that will make you laugh or cry or pull out your hair or whatever you want to do.
Look, see how much I pull out? I pull them all.
So, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. We definitely would like to hear from you. Let us know if you saw this movie. Give us your ideas, your thoughts. Share with us.
If we're off or not.
Yeah, we could be off. You never know. We were drunk. We went to see this movie, right? No?
Would you get little bottles there?
We had little ball this big, but there was 142 of them. So
but you have to see Hunger Games to understand that part.
Okay, so you'll get that part of it. But that's us. Cheapy night.
Yeah.
Stay tuned and see you around, guys. Take care.
Ciao.